Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining. Okay. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. I really appreciate you all the time. Thank you. Please start sharing. You don't have to share into the group anymore. I already shared to the group. So at times I'll see like 10, 15 people sharing to the group. And since we are here, nobody will be able to accept or to approve the post. That will be minutes or hours after. Then we'll now see that you're trying to share to the group. Share to your own personal pages. Share to your contact list on your phones. Share to all your social media handles like Instagram, Facebook. If you have multiple Facebook pages, please share. Instagram, Thread, Twitter, anywho, YouTube, just share. Keep sharing. Thank you. Keep sharing. Your WhatsApp. Keep sharing. Thank you. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Ẹ ṣé o, a dúpẹ́ o. Àmọ́ lóore o. Thank you. We are really grateful. We are great, you. Thank you so much. Are we good to go? I'm waiting for you to keep sharing. I have not seen people joining. Share. Share, like, comment, keep sharing. We are waiting for you. Ẹ ṣé o, a dúpẹ́ o, a tún ń bọ̀ o, lọ́dún tó ń bọ̀ o. Thank you. Keep sharing. Okay. What happened? I'm waiting. Why is it going up and down? 2 minutes, okay? 2 more minutes to share. Yeah, so I'm great. You full ori Monica mufu walola. So okay, thank you. I really do appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you. If not for God and you, what would I have been saying? I will just come here, make a total, then I'll go back. And that is it. But because you're always there for me, so you said I should keep going with God, Elewa lẹ́yìn mi bí ké. Ṣé kí n lọ bá sójà jà? Ṣé ẹ máa dúró fún mi? Thank you. Let's wait one more minute, then we'll kickstart. Kayode Ogunrinde, this is the first time I'm meeting you. Thank you so very much. You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate everybody. Let me keep Mujirayo Fumi Ogudeji. Thank you. I appreciate you all the time. Adeniyi Bumi Odu, Olufemi Daniel. Thank you. Eli Nino. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Omowumi Akinwumi Eshima. Feyi Kemi. Thank you. Oyebola Bolifab. Padi. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't miss tonight. Sheyi John Oyebamire. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Felicia Afolabi. Thank you, ma. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. Tenibia J, what happened? You have always been the first person. Kilo Shelley, Otinje Kogba first you. Well, Tenibia J, Oluwaseun, thank you. Something for Wowe. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you. Always on point. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Don't fight with soldier. I stay one bit. Once I look back, I see you. I can't do anything. You're there. Bolanle Ogunbanjo Tamunu Columbia, thank you so much. Happy birthday, ma. Any birthday, Kolodu Mary. Happy birthday, ma. Odunya Marodo. Happy birthday. More grace, more blessing, good health. You will live to enjoy the fruits of your labor. When your children are progressing, when they are achieving greater heights tomorrow, you will not be found wanting. In Jesus' name. Kenny Onifade Oshibelu, my sister, thank you. Babatunde Mary Abidemi, thank you. We have been waiting for you people. Oh, yeah. Tell your people to tell your people to tell your people that we are online right now. So we are waiting for them. Let them keep joining. As they join, then we'll be talking and we'll be... Don't just join, no. Join, comment, and share. Let's see that you're sharing. One day, very soon, what we are trying to plan, if it works out, by the grace of God, it will work out. You will see there will be extra tokens for who shares and who brings people. When you share, and you let us know how many people you shared with, and they are there watching us from the beginning to the end. You and the person, you will enjoy us by God's grace. Make him out with God. Adebola Taiwo, thank you, ma. Ibijoke Ariola Michael, Temi, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Yes, ma. So tonight, this is Oluwabi again and Abid Busi, depending on which page you're watching me from. Benga Yeni, you are welcome. We have been waiting for you, sir. Thank you for joining. Please tell your friends that we are online. Let them come and join us. Let them come and hear what we have to say tonight. Thank you so much. As I said, I am Oluwabi or Abid Busi, depending on which page you're watching from. And this program is always being brought to you by Thoughtful Events. Thoughtful Events is a group on Facebook. We have Thoughtful Events 1 and 2. Try to, as much as possible, to join the 2. We only have few people on the second one. And then that is when we want to be posting our people's reality issues and reality talks and stuff like that. Omolara Kadri, we've been waiting for you. Thank you for joining. So please join the second one also, because there are some things we are posting on the first one that we are posting on the second one also. Very soon you will only see it on the first, you won't see it on the second. What you see on the second will not be posted on the first. So join me, JG. You have two hands, you have two eyes, you have two legs. They are for some purposes. So share. Please let people know we are around and let people know about the group. Thank you so much. God bless you. So tonight we are going to be talking about why the rich love to mingle with the rich, right? Ganiat Adenike Awoberu, thank you. Fabaya Utman, welcome. Demi Jolade, thank you. We have been waiting for you people. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So, why the rich mingles with the rich? Why not rich to the poor or poor to the rich? I'll first say, who do we call rich? We are talking about a person who possesses great material wealth. Àwọn tó kó ọrọ̀ jọ. Those are the rich people we are talking about. That is in the physical richness. There are so many types of richness. One can be rich in words. One can be rich in beauty. One can be rich in other things and not really physical. But this particular time, we are talking about the physical richness, which we can see, maybe houses, maybe properties, maybe cars, maybe investments and stuff like that. Those are the ones we are talking about, right? So, and the English people says, okay, before I go in there, so I will first say, how do we acquire richness, or how do we get rich? First and foremost, I tell people that this is my own opinion, which might be contrary to yours. It doesn't make you wrong, right? It doesn't make you wrong, and it doesn't make me wrong either. I can see it from angle A, you can see it from angle C, depending on where you are standing and viewing it from. So this is strictly my opinion, so don't be offended. If you're offended, please forgive me. Omode ni wow. You know that. Please forgive me. So they said wealth can be inherited. That means riches can be inherited, which means financial assets that are passed down through families to children, grandchildren, and beyond. Right. That means maybe a particular family member is rich. Adiola Harry, thank you. So maybe the particular family member is rich, and the person passes the richness and the wealth to another member in the family, most likely maybe his or her children. And Runke Aboyade Akiola, thank you. We have been waiting for you. So, and the person passes the richness to another family member, most likely children, then grandchildren, and so on and so forth like that. That is when they say omo, like the third, fourth, fifth generation, depending on how they are able to manage the wealth. Dukwe Busari Oyeniran, God bless you. TY Surprise Concepts, God bless you, ma. I've been waiting for all of you. It's not complete if you are not here. So please tell our people to join. And there is something I want to quickly delve into. I'm sorry. It seems people just come in, they type hello, they answer one or two questions, or they pass one or two comments and leave. Then please, so you don't want us to buy data and you are now seeing blurry things. But parity networking, you will be hanging. Please, so around Kawa, I know everything the way it is. I am part of you. I'm still there. I have my people there. So, and I know what I hear every day. Joe, we're lenient. And I will try as much as possible not to be exceeding 1 hour or few minutes after 1 hour. Joy no, Nema Binu, Lara. So once I see you, I don't let go. I'll just keep talking and talking because I want you people to be there. So that is it. Babatunde Akorede Olusegun. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, and we said wealth is being acquired in some ways. And one of the ways is from generation to generation. That means the wealth that is being inherited, that is being passed on from one generation to another. And that is it. So that is one side of one way in acquiring riches, which is wealth and stuff like that. So as I said, riches doesn't really have to be financial, physical, something that you can see. One can be rich in prayer, one can be rich in words, one can be rich in health. Riches, noni. So you understand what I'm trying to say. But when we are talking about physical richness, physical cash, physical things you can talk about or you can point at, and that is one of the reasons, that is one of what we are talking about, which is financial part of it, which is the physical wealth that we are talking about. So, my dear brothers and sisters, that is one side and one way of acquiring wealth. So it will be passed from generation to generation and to generation, and that is it. Then another way in which we can acquire this wealth, it can be through income. And the income have to be two types of income. There is general income and there is passive income. Right. So I'm not really good in maybe like economics or something like that, but I will just tell you the way I can view it, right? Thank you, sis. So I said, is either general income or passive income. The general and the regular income we know about is when we work, we get paid, like doing a monthly job, doing a work that we receive paid monthly or weekly or hourly, depending on what kind of job and where you work. So that is the general income we are talking about. She worked for it. She's a civil servant. She's working in a private firm. She's doing this. She's doing that. Fine. She's collecting salary. And that is the regular income. Then the passive income is through investment. Like the people that had Ojulagbari in the olden days, that they went and bought so many landed properties, and nowadays they are selling in millions and millions of naira. So you can imagine those ones have passive richness, which makes them so rich because they bought landed property, maybe like one plot was 10,000, 7,000. Now they are selling for 1.5, 3 million. You can see the difference. Those things are expensive, but at the same time, they have made so much profit on it, right? Thanks for joining me. So that is another way of being rich, right? Being rich. So that is it. So those are the major ways of acquiring wealth. So it's either is being passed to someone from generation to generation. Babatunde Abiola, thank you. From generation to generation, or is something you work for, which is your sweat. Yes. Or maybe it's through passive income, which is investments, which is some people can build houses, like all those people that built houses in Victoria Island those days. You know how much they are selling their houses now, right? Even if you bought it like after it was being built, you now resell, it's still money. They are still making money from it. So that is another way of being rich. And when we now talk, because I'm taking it gradually so that we can understand where I am going, right? Solu Richard Emmanuel, thank you, ma. Shobo Ali Deborah Folake, thank you. God bless you. So when we talk about that, that is where we know that the rich people we are even talking about, how did they come about their wealth? These are the signs and the types of wealth we are talking about, and how they were able to come about it. Some other people are doing some things, but any other thing that is not either your sweat, like you worked for it, or it's being passed to you from generation to generation, like they have passed it on to me, or maybe you made investment, you bought something, or you bought shares when shares were cheap, then it's accumulated in value, and they now give you the money. If you did not do all those ones, I believe most of other ones might be illegitimate way of acquiring wealth. And that is not our point for today, but our point is about talking about legitimate ways of making money. Legitimate ways of making money. And no talk about waiting and go take block meal. I know those ones are not legitimate. So we are talking, yes, investment. Rotimi Oluwaseun, I said investment, and we have two types of income. Investment is under income. Income can be your salary, like you're working, like you get paid monthly, weekly, hourly, depending on what kind of job you're doing and where you are doing. Right, I know they answer those one. I'm talking about legitimate ways of making money. So under income, we have the regular income, which is the general one we know about, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, all those stuff. You can be a teacher, you can be a civil servant, you can be working with the federal government or anything. Then under the income, we have passive income. The passive income is the investment we are talking about. Maybe you bought landed properties when they were cheap, or maybe you bought shares when they were kobo, and then you now sold it when they have accumulated or well appreciated. And that is it. That's another way of making quick money. And that is it. So those are the real and the legitimate ways of making money. So it might even be you are doing a handiwork, like seamstress. We have people that have big sewing institutes. That's what they are even making. They can pay graduates, and even they can pay people 6 digits in a year. Yes, from it. When they make a dress, somebody was showing a dress they made for 450,000 naira. So that is it. So Atiku Oluwole, thank you, my brother Oluwole Atiku, thank you. So that is it. Those are the legitimate ways of making money. Anything outside those, unless maybe the few ones I'm unable to mention, maybe I forgot or my mind didn't go there. But if they are not categorized under what I have mentioned, my dear sister and brother, my hand no day. Those ones are not clean. So yes, people are making, I can send to you, you will see clothing. I even saw somebody making a wedding dress of 1.7 million. I will show it. I will send it to you. Though they are beautiful, they are well, sewn and everything. But I'll still come to there, Sha. So those are the things. But Ajo is part of it. People are making money through Ajo, and people are even making money through like lenders that are lending money to people. But if you are a lender, you know, there was a day we spoke about lenders. If you are a lender and you lend people money with a clean heart, and you don't go about doing them juju that they will not be able to pay so that you can seize or get hold of their collaterals, I do not support that. But if you are a lender and you do it in a rightful way, you borrow people money, even if they go beyond, you know, and you see they are genuine, you are still lenient with them. Oluwasegun Bankole, thank you. And you are still lenient with them, those ones are still good. But I'm not talking about you know, robbing people of their properties all in the name of being a lender, or doing all these thrift. These are job. People are doing it to make money, because when you want to collect, you have to pay a token to the coordinator, and through that the coordinator might have money. I'm not talking about the coordinators that will come and tell you, odori ìyá àjọ wa ṣe kíni, alájọ kú àbí alájọ sá lọ. Not those ones that will now abscond with people's sweat. I'm not talking about that one. And that's one, because when people keep money in the bank folds. Nothing is permanent. Anything can happen at any time. Alajo can pine, right? Anything can happen. Bank can fold. Somebody can tell you to call a code. You can call a code and all your money iwaka. So anything can happen. But alajo japa, that's another one. No, alajo foworo ìlú èbó. Cooperative is better, and that is in anything that works for you. And then cooperative makes people rich also. I can borrow money from cooperative and make a business, and those ones are legitimate ways of acquiring wealth and being rich. You understand what I'm talking about? Those ones are good. So if you acquire wealth in those ways, that is it. That's very good. Then I will now go back to our people that used to say, okay, they said ajo is even risky nowadays. I know. They will say ajo adako, ajo adagba. I don't know how they say it. That's when you gather on the same day when you pay the money, somebody collect it that immediately, not the one that you will keep with somebody. You'll be saying 1 naira waleni, bring 2 naira tomorrow, and then this aqua version of cooperative, and somebody now runs and say this and that time the person now forms sick and now say what if you give aleno drip nile, all in the name of not paying back. That is not what we are talking about. So we are talking reliable and solid ones, which I know people that are doing a job that are even if people want to do it, let me know. I know people told you don't bend rules, and these people don't bend rules. Their spade is spade, and at least I don't believe in a job before, but these days when I was able to see few ones that were truthful and very plain and open, I joined. So, and to God, I mean, be the glory. They have not defaulted. They make sure that, you know, they support themselves and things are going accordingly how it's supposed. So that is it. So my dear sisters and brother, if you do it with someone that is, yes, if the person is not fraudulent, definitely you will get your money. And mostly all these alajos, most of them we don't know their houses. But if it is adako that you know the person's house, you know the husband, you know the children, you know the this, you know the doubt, is even fair, is better. Lawa second out banker and Adenola, thank you. We have been waiting for you, and that is it. So when we talk about the ways of acquiring riches and wealth, and that is it, and that is it. Those are the reasons. I mean, those are the ways of getting money and stuff like that. So don't forget our title is why the rich love to mingle with the rich. We only spoke about how the rich became rich, the visible reasons why they became rich, how they acquired their wealth and their riches. Those were the ones we just spoke about right now. And then my people says birds of the same feather flocks together. That is one of the major reasons why the rich mingles with the rich. Because they believe that Aderonke Oshiloye, Olukoju, Kayode Adeloye, thank you. So they believe that, okay, I am rich. So when I want to talk, I should go and talk to the rich people like myself. So when I say birds of the same feather flocks together, that is the meaning. That means you are rich, I am rich, so we can be friends, right? Okay, so we can be friends, and that is it, and that's how to do it. And that is one of the major reasons why the rich mingles with the rich. Yes, birds of the same feather flocks together. So that is one of the major reasons why, because they believe that they will not have the same thinking. But when we are talking about the rich follows the rich, this water goes about with people that majorly acquire their wealth through inheritance, like it's being passed on to them from generation to generation. Yes, because they want the riches to go on. Yes. So most of them, I'm not talking about Atapata Dide that is just so fortunate that you now make the money, you now forget the people that, were struggling with you in your struggling days, the people that you struggle together. Some people are doing it. So as you arrive, so all those ones, you now look at them as if they don't know how to do it anymore. I'm not talking about those ones. So I'm talking about the rich that were born into wealth with silver spoons in their mouth. That yes, they can say yes. We can talk about the rich tycoons in the society. They'll say, and something like that. All those ones, they can say water, because the child that was born into wealth did not go to primary school or public school. Timolo that no, she's not used to that. She has never, experienced such. You understand? I was telling somebody a story today about a friend of mine that we went to school together. Not in my house, when we want to categorize me, they don't categorize me to be from a low level. They used to see me as a middle class level, even though level past level, So I would say I was one of the middle class. If we categorize it into three parts: the rich, the poor, and the low class, the middle class, and the upper class. But in that middle class self, I no be upper middle. You understand what I'm trying to say? I was down lower middle. So when we want to talk about that, so I was now talking about a friend of mine that was not used to eating beans without meat. Because I remember I was telling her that in my house we don't eat beans with meat. We eat beans beans. You understand? But in their own category, they do not eat beans without meat. They will put meat on it, right? They don't even like to eat beans. Like the porridge one. They like to make stew separate and the beans separate. You understand what I'm trying to say? But in our own case, the pepper we are going to use will be too much when we are making stew and beans. So we dapo, we make it adalu. We can even add what is it called, corn to it. You understand what I'm trying to say? But in their own category, she cooks, she does this, she does that, she has it, she has the food. I remember when we were in school then, I would call her Sholunje, I would come and cook because I love to cook. So she would say, okay, since you are volunteering, I have food, I have this. When we will reach her house, we will see, we'll be asking her, you didn't touch this food for this semester? I say, I did. Say, what happened? This kind of cook cannot be in my house and I'll be looking at the food. You know, that kind of a thing. So there were classes then, right? So it's still the same thing today. We have different classes, we have categories. So when we say Egbe Yeleye Water, we are talking about those that were born with riches, those that were born with silver spoon in their mouth, a big golden spoon in their mouth, not the ones that were so fortunate, maybe like maybe they were so fortunate you were able to get a well-paid job, from there they acquired their wealth, or maybe yes, it's salary they are making 2k till they became rich, or it's one investment that they were fortunate to have done, maybe like buying shares or buying landed properties, and suddenly Olorun fall wọn, and they will now say, I have arrived, I don't want to mingle with the poor. Those ones, I don't count them to be what this category is. I'm talking about the category of the wealth that is being passed from generation to generation. You understand what I'm trying to say? So those are the ones we are saying the birds of the same feather, they flock together. Birds of the same feather flocks together. That is what I am saying. So they believe they have similar taste, right? They have the same thinking. They have the same opinion. They have the same aspirations. They have the same aims and objectives. You understand? So when they are talking, they will be talking about millions and millions and billions and even billions, right? They'll be talking about money, investment, orishirishi. They can even be saying, will you be in UK by the 25th? Or, oh no, what is happening there? So person is celebrating birthday. We'll have time to discuss. Because they want to discuss business, they can take themselves away from the country they reside and travel to another country and flying business class and first class. And always say economy when they go put you on at the back in the engine aircraft where that will be making noise, that when you are talking to the air hostess, you'll say, huh? That they will not be hearing what you are saying. I'm not talking about those songs. So I'm talking about the rich, that they will be there. So they will be thinking together. That is when they will see them planning business meetings, planning business dinner. They can say, oh, Dubai, I don't have anything doing in Dubai, but we can meet up, we can talk about the business over there, and then the next thing you hear them, hello, book my flight for so day for Dubai. That is it. Those are the people we're talking about. So their thinking is going to be totally different. It's not somebody that will be saying, Ajo 25,000. How do I make it? Oh, hey. And the person that will be saying, that business, I'm not taking less. If you are giving me 20 million, what do I do with 20 million? What? No, I'm not talking about naira. I'm talking about dollars. Okay, now you're talking $20 million. Okay. How about you had $5 million to it? You know, you see that Olorunfemi Yaro, thank you for joining. You see that their thinking is totally different, right? They are not thinking like they are from the gutter, right? That is one major reason why the rich love to mingle with the rich. Yes, I'm not saying it's the only reason. One of the reasons and one major reason in it. Because when they are taking it up, the poor man will be bringing it down. When the poor man is talking about, foundation, when am I going to do the foundation of my house? Cement has turned to 11,000 naira, 10,000 naira. Hey, And you will see a rich man that will be saying, I just acquired a small property. Let me show it to you. And when they show it, you see hectares of land. I'm not talking about acre, hectares of land. And they will be saying, I'm just thinking, I don't know what to make it, what to use it for. I'm thinking maybe I should make a school. Do you think I should make a university? Or do you think I should build, this and that? And Shebina, somebody buy Heathrow Airport in London. No be human being. Shebina Yoruba man. New, what is it called? Oh, the other one. Is it City Airport? London City Airport. I think it was the same person that bought Heathrow that bought that one too. Yeah, Olowo Shore, Olorire Shore, Olorire, because I don't call them Oloshi. Nobody can be overwritten or be written off. Anything can happen at any time. So that's one of the reasons why the rich follow the rich, because their thinking differs. And another reason I want you to understand is, look at this. Fingers are not equal at all. That's another reason why the rich follow the rich. Because whether we like it or not, there will always be rich. There will always be the middle class. And there will always be the lower class. There will always be lower to the lower class. You understand? And to the lowest class. Because fingers are not equal. God did not make fingers to be equal. So everybody cannot be rich. When everybody is rich, who is going to serve who? Right? The only prayer we need to be making is, among the riches, count me worthy, me and my family. Now so. And then at times, God uses poverty to test us and see how we are going to manage wealth. Some people, when their sheets don't they soft small, they have become everything. All in all. They will turn to all in all. They will not know how to talk. They will not know who not to talk to. Owo binti, tintini, small convenience like this, they will just turn to something else. And then they will see everybody like their mates. They will talk to anybody anyhow, forgetting that ayipada talikada tolowo ni osun. Then when you say you acquire wealth suddenly and you are able to do this and that you could not do before, and then you suddenly started seeing people that used to be your mate or your class before, that you now started seeing them as lazy ones, or you started seeing them as please, let's be careful. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. Right? I saw your name I was trying to call. I'm sorry about that. So let's be careful about that. Because Lala toro kingba mi o man so kaleo. So that Lala will not enter pit patapata. So we should just be very, very careful with whatever we do and how we relate to people when we have suddenly emerged, when we have suddenly gotten what we are praying for or what our aspirations. Babatunde Mary Abidemi, that's it. Thanks for joining, my sister. Thank you. So we must be very careful with all that also. So that's why I said fingers are not equal. If everybody becomes rich, who is going to serve who, right? And some people are built or born to serve so that they can be prepared to become master, right? They need to serve first before becoming master, so that they can know the value of the riches and wealth God is going to deposit in their capacity. But many a times we fail because, as I said, any little ease by, we talk anyhow. Some will even start the way they will even walk by, the shoulders will not come down again. They will not be able. Thanks for joining, ma. So all those ones, we have to be very careful with that. You understand? And some people their wealth are just to test them. to see how they are going to treat the poor, to see whether they are able to cope and manage it. So if they cannot cope with that wealth, they will get demoted. Fashion Oluwakemi Ola, thanks ma, thanks my sister, thank you. So they will be demoted or sent back to where they were coming from. Even, yes, they talk recklessly. Anyhow, some will even go to the extent of slapping workers, especially older workers, because they are working under you does not make you their father or their God. Ogundinyo, Olajumoke Alimi Majowogbe, thank you, my sister, for joining. So you have to be very careful when God deposits any wealth in your capacity. Be careful, because Lala Toroke can come down at any time. And some people, when they acquire it, they will not remember to help, because there's nobody that gets wealthy today that have never needed help from anybody. Is it possible? You would have seen one or two persons that have helped you in the journey of your life. But if you refuse to now bring some other people up, like my uncle used to say, God created hands and legs for us so that when we want to fall, we can be able to stand and hold on to something so that we don't fall. When you are going up the ladder, remember to carry people with you. In case you fall from the top, you will see people that will stop you on your way. But if you refuse to bring people up, you want to be almighty and leaving those behind you, when you fall, your back gaga for grant. And at the same time, if person fall like that, most people don't get back on their feet anymore. And that is the end of some people's life. Yes, table do turn anytime, papa. Anytime. So, that is it. You have to be. Can you imagine? So you have to be on your knees. Somebody wrote something that when you are talking to the boss, you have to be on your knees when you are talking. Yeah? You rise by lifting others. That is it. And one thing people don't understand, that person might have a solution to your problem. That person you are looking at that it doesn't worth anything can be a solution to your problem. Can even be the one that will take you to your greater heights. That is why I tell people, if you have opportunity, you want to come abroad, come. Come. Who knows, maybe now your presence go lift me up. So if I block you, I block myself. That is it. That is one thing people don't understand. So if you come, you might be the one that will liberate me from 8 to 5. You might be the one that will get me to the higher top. Odunayo Shibo, thanks, God. Thank you. So, all those ones. So, you can't say because you have acquired something, shikini, then you want to be on top of the world. And that is one of the reasons why the rich prefer to mingle with the rich. Because they will say, once we lift them up now, they will now want to turn boss. We have seen it even in the midst of artists. When an artist is up there and you try to lift another artist up, the moment they acquire small wealth, the next thing is, I want not to debe. Can you come hale mo? Forgetting that artist that brought you up have been managing his life or his music career for years. And you that you are just starting today, you want to compare yourself. So possible? Is it possible? No. So that you don't land crash. That is it. One have to be very careful. Right. So one of the reasons why people like to do for their fellow rich people, because the opinions, even the way they talk, they will see them, wow, where is this person from? Because their talk will not be the same, their reasoning will not be the same. The same. Runke Aboya, Adeboya, Akeola. Okay, I think I saw you before. So, and that is it. One have to be very careful. Okay. And they believe if they mingle with the rich, they will get richer. Nobody wants to come down. Nobody wants to come down. That is why when they open a company, they're trying to employ you, they will ask you, what have you brought to the table? What are you going to do differently that will promote this company? So it's now left for you to see what are the loopholes, and you tell them. When they see you are brainy, you have that brain, they will say, no, this is a material, we need this person. But when you go there, you now say, I not be only to collect my salary. I work for you, you pay me, I go. They will say, this one, that is not it. And one thing I want you to understand, most of the ideas that the rich are using or they are running today are being provided by the poor ones. Because when you don't get money, you go think where nothing when you don't go think. See, poverty as it make graduates, when there is no job, they will start doing skits. At times when I watch some skits, I will look and say, how come? How did they come about this kind of skits? Very informative, very funny, very entertaining. Right? That is it. Adeola Harry, thank you for joining. The network is breaking. Emma Bino, please manage it. Now, so we see him. So that is it. So that's another reason why some people, the rich, like to mingle with the rich. Because they believe their aims and objectives are different. And I said, when the rich follows the rich, they believe it keeps the money in the same cycle with them. But when they follow the poor, they believe the poor can demote them or bring them back, because they will not see or think the way they are supposed to be thinking. They will not think the same way. Right. And that is it. Right? Okay. That's another way. And I said, if everybody is rich, who's going to serve who? I said that too also. And we will just only pray that we will not be among the servers, that God should elevate us and let people serve us too. Like we too don't serve some people. So if people serve us too, no wahala. That's why we keep praying to God. Another way that people can make money, that can make you rich and want to stay at the top, I forgot to tell you, is miracle. Yes. Some people don't believe in miracle, but I do. And when I say miracle, even the Bible said it that faith without work is dead. So Ibagbola inishe okuni. So when I say miracle, Babatunde Temitope, thank you. Thank you, sis. When I say miracle, that which you are doing. Suddenly the Lord will bless it. And that's one person that will just link you up and take you there. That is part of the miracle. You see somebody sleeping a pauper yesterday and waking up as a rich person. They can just say, come. We were talking, me and my friend were talking. I just find out that my driver's daughter knows how to make hair. Can you be coming to my house to make hair for my children? And the next thing, the girl starts coming to make hair for the children. And I say, okay, what do you do? What do you do apart from making hair? Say, I'm a graduate. Okay, what did you study? This and that. Yalagbaja. And your daughter has been looking for a job. You did not tell us. And in our company, we need an accountant. Bring your CV tomorrow. That's miracle. Going to do 1,500 naira here to getting salary of 500,000 or 1 million in a month. That's miracle. 1 month you are a pauper, the next month you are rich. You are a millionaire. Linda Odia, thank you, ma. You understand what I'm saying? So that is miracle. I do believe in miracle. And it happens. One night you cannot feed your children. And the other night, somebody comes and give you a business and say, you know how to talk very well. Maybe we should send you, go to the market, go and buy this thing for, how do you want to do it? Can you be supplying us? We need somebody that can be supplying us this every time. And we need it every weekend. Maybe every Friday, every this. And the first day, they give you 500,000. And you get to the market, you bought something of 400,000. 100,000, moto. You don't know what you can do. The next tomorrow, when they are going to buy, instead of you to buy that 500 and 400,000 and keep moto 100,000, you now join the 100,000 of the first one, 100,000 of the second one. You buy worth of 600,000. And next time when they are sending you again, gradually you'll be having capital. And the next thing, you too have a shop of selling that thing. You go and buy in wholesales. So 1 year you are poor. Divine connection, yes, that's miracle. If it is not divinely connected, it will not click. It will not click. So that's another way of, before you know it, you'll be sitting among the princes. You'll be sitting among the rich people. And if you want to maintain it, make your head low, bow low. Because that wealth that's on Joeloju is some people's peanuts. That wealth that you think, oh, I have arrived, is some people's tissue paper. So, but when you keep your head, oh, Mother Danny, and even with the little coins, Tony, and she's managing it well, he's doing well, he's not pompous, he's not this, he's not that. Okay, let's introduce him to bigger one. I'll say, now you are supplying this. Why don't you go to China? Go and make it yourself over there and be supplying Nigeria, supplying people in Nigeria. Or why don't you go and buy landed property and plant this thing by yourself and be supplying our company? And before you know it, things are going up. And that is when you start thinking up there. Thinking like the rich people. I'm not saying disregarding them or disrespecting them. But you'll be thinking alike. That is when they can mingle with you. Not when you are carrying their handbag, and they are shouting at you. Why are you looking at me like that? Or maybe used clothes they are giving unto you. No. But when you have started to make money, they have seen you doubling whatever you have as money, making double, then they will start calling you to bigger things. They will be reasoning with you like a rich person. They will not look down on you anymore. Yorùbá ní owó ní jẹ́ mo bá ọ tán, òṣì ló ń jẹ́ ta ní mọ̀ rí. Nobody wants to mingle with a pauper, with a poor person. Some, they will even ask you, can you do? You don't know anything about it. Yes, I can. Yeah. You now go home and be researching. I have a friend that was telling me that when they were telling him, do you do this? They said, yes. So he now went home and was researching. And that was how he was able to get all those things they asked him. That initially, he didn't know shit. He didn't know anything. But he said, okay. Yes. Owó ní jẹ́ mo bá ọ tán, òṣì ní jẹ́ ta ní mọ̀ rí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. That is it. Nobody wants to mingle with a pauper, with a poor person. So that is it, right? And that is, I said, one of the reasons why they don't want to mingle with the rich, with the poor, because their thinking is not alike. They are not making the same kind of money. They are not going to the same place. Yeah? They don't do the same thing. Their businesses are different, right? And stuff like that. But another reason why they don't like to mingle with the poor is laziness. Laziness. When Oga Ile-Iṣẹ́, a very rich person that has the money, Tony for Tole open a company and says workers start at 8 a.m. and close at 4:30 p.m. You did orientation, you filled application, you did interview, you did everything. You signed an undertaking that you will obey the rules and regulations of the company. You will abide by them. You like it. In fact, I need the job. It's like, you know me. This is it. And the owner of the company gets to work at 7:50 in the morning. But you are coming at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And you are expecting them to pay you the same salary they are paying somebody that arrived at 7:30. When they now write you a query, or they give you, or they sanction you, or they suspend you, you will now be calling them names. Because they are rich, they think we can finger in everybody's brain. But you did not tell people what you did that make them to reduce your salary. I used to tell people there was a time somebody employed some people. She was living here. So I think her father was not feeling good. So she employed somebody, I think, whether her mother. And this person, they said, madam, come Monday to Saturday. On Sundays, don't come. Rest on Sundays. And the person said, okay. So now, this person will go on Saturday evening and come back on. Instead of her to come on Monday morning, she can come on Tuesday. She will not talk. On that Monday in the afternoon, she will now send message and say, sorry, I not fit come today. Ọmọ yín mo mú lọ school. Wọ́n ní kó pé mommy ẹ wà school. Opeyemi Moshood, thanks for joining. You understand what I'm saying? And then tomorrow, they call a party, you are dressed up. And people will be asking you, Lobishe, you're not going to work. Well, when we do the work, I will call them and tell them, I no fit, I will come. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to jaye or do you want to work? At the end of the day, they will suspend you or they terminate your appointment. Then you start talking and calling them names. This lady said she was telling them that all this money you are making, I'm not making it because I get paid per hour. So if I work only 8 hours, I get paid for that 8 hours. The remaining 16 hours, I don't get paid for it. But they pay you per month. They don't pay you per day. They don't pay you per week. And yet, in a week, when they calculate, you're supposed to come to work, I think 6 days in a week. I think 5 or 6 days in a week. That makes it like 20 days or 24 days in a week out of about 31 days. And when they now calculate how many times you came to work, they will be counting 17 times, 16 times. Up to the level that you will lock the old man or the woman in the house and say, Mufe Laura, and come benye. And what I will cook tonight, I'm going to buy. You don't have anybody that you want to send to go and buy. So when they now retrench you, suddenly, you will now say, the rich are always wicked. Wicked. If they had done their own jobs that way, do you think they will be able to acquire that wealth? No. Do you think they will be able? Here, we have companies that are being run from generation to generation. A sister of mine was looking for accommodation one day. We got to an apartment. They had about 4 or 5 buildings. In each building, they had about One was 7th floor, the other one was 14, another one was 19. You know, you can imagine on each floor, some of them have 6 flats, some of them have 7 flats. So you can calculate some, and some of the flats, the apartments, some were 2-bedroom apartments, some were 1 bedroom, some were 3 bedrooms apartment. So I was now asking them, who owns this place? They said it's a family owned. I said, really? They said, this is the 3rd or 4th generation. That means the wealth was passed on from generation to generation. And they showed me the first building that the person built. It has about 7 floors. Like 7 stories building. You can imagine that. So from there, the person made his children to be working with him. Before he passed, he had already started another building. When they passed, because you know what they were doing? Because the children were not saying awalani, they placed themselves on salary. They were collecting salary as workers. They were not saying, accountants, write me a check of 2.5 million. That is not going to be accounted for. No, they were not doing that. They are not saying, Shewa Ajayi, thank you for joining. They are not saying, this is my girlfriend. She will be coming here once in a month. Anytime she comes, give her 1 million. No. If you want to dash out money, it has to rocket. In fact, God bless you. Rockefellers, yes. I think you were there. You listened to that thing that day. So the name is there on your head. That is it. From generation to generation, they have kept the wealth going on. They borrow and they return. Yeah. They have that extra luxury because it's their family that owns it. When others are borrowing and paying maybe 20% or 15% interest, they can be paying like 3% of the interest. That is to show they own it. But they're still collecting salary. Because that day they were showing me grandchildren of those people. And the grandchildren we're talking about were not my mates. Because I told you they are 4th or 5th generation papa. I went to a farm. The man was saying, my grandfather owned this farm. My grandfather. That was what he said. The man that was talking about grandfather was about in his mid-60s. And he showed us his own son that was working on the farm. And his daughter. His son and the daughter's husband. You can imagine. Not that they will come tomorrow and say, that big cow, put it at the back of my Jeep. I'll be at the back of my truck. I'm taking it. What do you mean? Are you all right? We own here. My father owns this place. No, it's not like that. Miriam Anike, thanks for joining. You can imagine that is how the wealth will keep growing. But if it's a poor man, everything is gone. They will now be saying, once there was only the time my father too had a farm. Where's the farm? It's gone. If the children of the father did not gerun, the workers that the man employed will gerun. So now tell me, how do you want the rich to keep mingling with the poor? No. No. You know the funniest part of it? When I said laziness. When a rich man comes around, or a rich girl comes around with a poor person to marry as a spouse, and you see the family in disarray, saying, no, possible, no, nobody need this and that. What happened? Say, well, I don't trust all those people. Now they will be doing this, they will be doing that. And they now said, oh, don't say that. At least our own great-grandfathers too, before they became wealthy, they were nobody before. Let's give them a benefit of doubt. We believe this guy will do good. At least he's well-read. Olosi school, Okawe, he will do this. And they now say, okay, if you say so, I'm not comfortable with this guy. I said, don't worry. And they now marry. And the next thing, the man will be telling the girl, when you're a child of a spoiled brat, you don't even have manners. Because you are from rich background, you think you can talk to me anyhow. The things that this guy have been joking with you about, that you took like joke, suddenly, you now be complaining. You see now? So, when you're now doing a family gathering, everybody will be looking at me like I'm a nobody. And then the woman will now ask, what do you want? Okay, I will take my own share and give to you. I will go and change the name to your name. Or maybe a woman has the money. And then I now say, I just like him. I'm not looking at the wealth. I just love him. I just want to marry him. And he now marry the person. And the person will be threatened. But the wealth will now be saying, oh God, you didn't think about it. And the next thing, you will now be luring the woman or like commanding or even making trouble with her to turn all her heritage to yours. God bless you. The poor man complains so much. They complain so much. And you know the funniest thing? That spirit of entitlement that is always there. That they are entitled to this, they are entitled to that. That is one of the reasons why they don't want their children to marry from poor background. They say, what do you mean? You don't see your class? You want to you want to stoop so low? You want to run me and my family name in the mud? At times, these parents are seeing it. When they look at you like an hungry lion, they lay. And that is the inferiority complex we set in. And that is why Yoruba says, Ìmàdò ìbá ṣe bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ àbàlújẹ́, bẹ́rù bá jọba, ìlú ìbá tí kù kan. Because when you give a staff of honor to someone who does not want it, he will mess it up and mess everything up. They complain and give excuses. Yes. And the same thing happens to the girl too. If a man stand up and say, mommy, and the time is going, the woman is looking, maybe it's the only son, and say, okay, since you have said it's this girl, this is the 3rd year we have been begging you, and you said it's this girl you want to get married to, go and marry. But are you sure this is the right girl? Yes, I love her. We go to church together. We go to Asalatu together. She's a very well-behaved girl from a very, very good background. Not knowing that the family were hungry lions. They were waiting with their claws. Yes, they become gold diggers. And the next thing, the man marries them. You'll be hearing, you know what? I do not like the way mommy is selling biscuits bambola at the entrance of the house. I want her to open a mini supermarket. Who born you? Where you see money, open mini supermarket. And the man now says, okay, I will support, I'll give 2 million. What do you mean 2 million? For what? What will 2 million buy? Why your papa not set your mama up? Why are you waiting for in-laws to come and do it? My sister will be, I'm trying to get an admission for my sister to a university, and I'm thinking of a private university. Who born you where you go private school before? You go. I mean, the school you went to, you they wear shoe go school. So you have seen a pot of wealth that this is how we are going, this is where we are going to be drilling it. Yeah? Someone sent me something during this week. I will read it to you. I know you must have seen it anyway. It says, she's a woman. She said, how do I handle this issue? I got married to my husband March 2022, and we both relocated to America April last year. I have a baby of 4 months. My husband is rich and is the only son of his parents. But I have 3 older siblings. I'm the last child. My elder brother does not call me for money. He only calls my husband. That's a very bad habit. That's a disrespect on your own family as a woman. Your brother have disrespected himself by going to your husband to seek help rather than going through you. Thanks, ma. Right? They said he called my husband 3 times last week for money. Last month, my sister called my husband behind my back that she wants to open a tailoring shop, and my husband sent her 1 million naira. That's total nonsense, arrant nonsense. Now, because of una dem born the man, you can imagine. My husband opened a provision shop for my mom last year, September. And this shop closed down December last year, within the space of 3 months. What's Jegbanu? But that's why I said, Imado iba shebi elede abaluje. Teruba joba, ilu ibati kukan. If it were to be your sweat, would you have squandered it with the space in the space of 3 months? Could possible now? And my mom says she can't work or in provision shop, that my husband should open a full stuff business, which he did in January. If we are talking about real wealth, if na person will never shop, he go fit do all these ones for woman. Lenyo omoko 30 jobi. And just yesterday, my mom called my husband that she needed a car because she can't be going to and fro to get food stuff, that she should consider her age. Then my husband cut the call without saying anything. Afigba yate. Yorùbá ní awolu ma te, ìwọ̀n ara ẹ̀ ló mọ̀. Ṣé rí pé àwọn ọmọ ara wọn. You can imagine. Now they have stooped so low by disrespecting themselves in the presence of their in-law tó gbé wọn gẹ̀gẹ̀. My mom called me and told me that what my husband did, and I begged her to stop all these things she's doing. That was how she started crying, that she's just eating the fruit of her labor and all that. If she want to eat the fruit of her labor, then she should tap from her child now. Let your son-in-law or your daughter-in-law do that which he or she feels like from her mind. Don't force her. Don't bill her. Not Alasheju, my dear sister. Alashete. Alashete. That's what we call them. My mother-in-law stays with us for Omugwo. She also lives in America. The mama just came to babysit, right? The mother-in-law. She told me this morning to beg my family to leave her son alone. She repeated that he has done enough for us. Shironi. That if not that the love she has for her son, she will never let him marry me. And marry, especially where I come from. I don't want to mention the place. So the lady was now asking, how do I stop my family before they break my own? Sorry for the love. My dear sister, I said this immediately the moment I read it. I said I will just go to my husband and tell my husband, if you want this marriage to work, if you are my husband, any day any of my people calls you and you pick their call, I will rain curses on you. Tell them to call me. If them get liver, let them call me. Let them call me. So you want luxury. Maybe you get husband, and you as the mother-in-law, as the mama of the girl, why didn't your husband open a store for you? Why didn't you have all those things? Why are you just waking up? You will and the man is doing what he could do. Now you are sabotaging his effort. You are just messing him up. They have overdone it, yes. So now tell me, that kind of Yaoko, will she allow any other children to marry from a poor family? Never. If it's her own daughter, she will not allow her daughter to marry from a poor family. You say, we saw them. They are draining my son. They want to drain him down and dry. They want to milk him dry. Should it be like that? It's not supposed to be like that. So that is another reason why the rich loves to mingle with the rich, because it keeps the money in the same circle. Is getting higher, it's not going down. Then they support themselves. If a rich man goes down, you will see his carcass, his family, his friends. You'll be saying, what happened? Don't worry, that business, don't let that one tie you down. Though I'm owing the government too, I'm owing this, but I will support you with 10 million. The other one will come, I will support you with 15 million. But if na poor man say, God don't catch him. You see him? God don't catch him. That is what they will say. That's what they will say. If a rich man goes down, the poor man will laugh in a corner. The other day he was passing by. He didn't know I saw him. He was buying yam. He bought this, he bought that. He could not even say, Yalagbaja, take oranges. Now he born you. Now he born you. The poor, most times, they wait for the downfall of the rich. That is why some people will say, I want to do. I've done this, I've prayed, I've done this, I've done. And then, no show. Because the thought that is going on within you is evil towards the people that have. So definitely God will not put the person in that place. And then when you are bitter about the rich person, you might not even be able to see the good that is coming out of that person. Envy, yes. Envy. When they do business, if you carry a poor person to do business with a rich man, what he will be doing, how he's going to get all the money without giving the person that introduced you to the business, how that is what without giving that person his own share. To mama woni. They will not think, you have made enough, it's okay. What is that your boy's name? Call him. This money is small. That money that they said is small, will be big money in the presence of a poor person. I say, that boy too have served you enough. He has been carrying your bag all along. Let him go and do that small business. He too will make money out of it. But if now how we are going to gather everything? Gather, they said when a poor man thinks and you take him to a bakery, he will not only want to take your bread, he will want to take the bread, the owner of the bakery, if possible, the whole streets where the bakery belongs. Let the poor breathe and stress, and the stress then stress the rich. Happy greediness, that is it. They will be lazy. They will have that spirit of entitlement. It's how we are entitled to it. After all, he married my daughter. I sent my daughter to the university. I sent my daughter to school. She law school. And his own children that went to Harvard, that went to schools abroad. And your daughter that went to Kinikon community school. that was not wearing shoe to school. You want to compare with Omoti driver and Belosi school that never went to public school in his life. University, private, private. And you are just so lucky maybe they went for service. If not that they compulsory the service. Some rich people will not allow their children to do it. Some don't even do. Some will push their children back to their state. They have the funds to do that. And your child that was just fortunate to see Omolowo ni service and will now cling, go plug him more because that one will give him money to buy food to do. And all those ones, they don't stress. They get everything at ease. They don't do giri. They see people that will come and fetch, or volunteering to fetch water for them to do this. All they have to do is to give them money. And they now see Omo girl come that will say, oh, when you go to his room, he's always having food. And then the next thing, they become friends. The next thing, we'll be talking marriage. And they would have said, we have prepared this person for you. This person will be your, this person say, no, I've seen somebody I want to marry. You say, leave him, Mama Yoni. Let him do it the way he wants it. And then, he now go and bring Omoju Orolari Kanwa. And the person will now come and care say pepeye bonu wealth and mess everybody up. Some will even go to the extent of sleeping with brothers in that family. Some will even go to the extent of bringing children out of wedlock to come and give the husband, or seducing some other members of the family. That is it. That is why I keep telling people, if Olowo no one make your pikin marry in pikin, no be by force. God will give him or our own soulmates that both of them will reach there at the same time. They will climb that ladder by themselves. Yes, greed and attitude, because greed trait is down to attitude and greed. Because the rich man not think about waiting go shop tomorrow, oh, and no freezer, waiting go chop in the next 3 months. But the poor man go that is why even party girl, rich man will not, even if you give them souvenirs, at times they leave it on the table there and walk away. But the greedy ones, we have seen them, they will go there. Some will steal canco. I used to have a friend that time, she would decorate her room with canco when she took from parties. She will not drink them. When visitors, if you are a big visitor, that is when she will entertain you with one. So now sit down and think about those ones. How do you want the rich to mingle with the poor? I'm not saying there are no poor people with sense, so don't misunderstand me. Because he's married to a rich family, then she will just forget about her family. She will forget about her own family, own personal family, her immediate family, that where she was coming from. She will not remember them again. She will now be walking as if, Ola not BC, not knowing where she just jam lock for road. We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. We have to keep praying. Oluwa, má jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa ó ṣerú ẹgbẹ́. Má jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa ó ṣerú ẹgbẹ́. Jẹ́ kán lálùyọ. What stopped me? What stopped their fathers? What stopped their mothers? Should not stop them. They should climb that ladder to the top. And then you, as a parent, when I say charity begins at home, you start talking it into them. Let them know what pride is. Let them know that ìgbéraga ní síwájú ìparun. Pride comes before a downfall. Let them know. When you start hammering that in their head, in their mind. And you as a mother, you don't go to party and steal. Because when you tell them something and they see you do something, they will do what you are doing. They will not do what you tell them. We are mirrors. They are looking at us. When you let them know that òtítọ́ ló ń gbé orílẹ̀-èdè lékè, truth can elevate them, can take them anywhere in the world. When they are working, they should work diligently. You as a parent, you are working in a company, work diligently as if the company belongs to you. Bó bá ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ oníṣẹ́ ni wọ́n ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀, ni wọ́n ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀. So if you let them know, even if a child wants to go astray, once in a while, that thing will keep hammering on his head. Ah, mommy will call me by. Daddy will call me by. I saw a skit, not really a skit. The guy just saw the girl. He was asking random questions. Do you want to take this 5,000 or you want to share for people that need? Everybody saying, I go take them for myself, I go take them for myself. This particular said, I will collect and share. They now ask her, why did you do this? She believed that some people are in need more than her. Eh? And the guy posted it. The guy gave her what he had and said, I have had it in mind that anybody that's ready, that is ready to share with others, I'm going to give this. And gave to the girl. The girl was so happy. Her mother can say, Mommy, Emma, the mother was crying. You know what happened? This guy went and people were telling that guy, go back to that girl, go and give her this, go and give her that, go and give her that. He went back. They asked the girl, I think she just graduated from maybe high school, until the school work. So she was already teaching in a private school, salary, first salary or something. And they went back. People gathered 1 million naira. 1 million, fine. But do you think 1 million will not be able to solve anything in their lives? And you could see the traits. Because her mother came, she was eulogizing God. God this, God that. That is to show you that they have taught her. They taught her well. And she did not disappoint. I didn't tell you that all the children will be the same. But no, they will be thinking once in a while. Say, Mommy she buy, Mommy will fe buy, Daddy will fe buy. Please, let's start from home. Charity begins at home. At least with the little or few points of mine, I hope you are able to see some of the reasons why the poor love to, the rich love to mingle with the rich and not other way around. I'm a talkative. I can talk from now to tomorrow. Ability. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So I don't want to, I have exceeded the time. I just look at the time now. So I've exceeded the time. Sunday A. Michael, thanks for joining. So that is it. My dear sister and brother, we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. We have to talk to our children. We have to talk to our siblings. We have to show examples. We have to show examples. God will help us. Right? Thank you so very much for another Thursday, successful Thursday by the special grace of God. I really appreciate you. This program is being brought to you by Thoughtful Event. Group, please. As we finish, you can still share with people, share with your friends, share with your WhatsApp group, WhatsApp contact and everything. Theophilus Toyin, thank you, ma. Sir, sorry. So, share and share. let people know about us, people that have not known about us. Please, so we dey look for sponsors too. If you want to sponsor us, we do data every Thursday. I've been doing it for the past 1 year. Salary moving show. Now my salary I dey spend though. Please, if you want to sponsor us, we are open. Few people have sponsored a few times. So if you want to sponsor us, we are open. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate you. And then every Monday we have our online market squad and reality corner. I can't be coming every day now. So we have our online market squad and reality corner, which comes every Monday by the special grace of God. And then every Thursday we have this program which we talk about real things happening. At times we talk about health. It's not only limited to Anwele. We talk about health. We bring reality shows and we bring people to interview them also. Some people come here to lecture us. Some people come to tell us what is going on. And some people tell us how they have been, how they are able to climb the ladder to where they are. Their success stories. Yes. So if there is mistake, we will amend. If we want to learn and we are aspiring to climb the ladder also to get to a greater height, we learn from them. And that is it. So thank you so very much. I still remain Oluabi and Abid Busi, depending on the page you're watching from. We also have our YouTube channel, which is www.youtube/@Oluabi, right? www.youtube.com/@Oluabi. Please don't forget to join, subscribe. We have a lot of videos there, even the ones that we thought we have forgotten, the ones that we have, done months and months back, they are there. You want any topic, go there. Somebody was talking to me about a particular topic and I sent to her from the YouTube. So I keep it there so that it doesn't get lost, right? Enjoy it. Thank you so very much. Oh, my mommy, don't mind that. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. Till next Monday, by the special grace of God, that we are going to meet again. Okay. We shall not gather to mourn over anybody. A lot is going on. Warn your children. Talk to them. Let them tell you wherever they are going. If they get there, they do not meet who they are going to meet. Let them tell you where next they are going. Even if they have a phone, tell them to pick their calls anytime you call. Anytime they are going to a new or a strange place, they should let the person know that they are making videos. Show your environment. Let me see who is there. If they are going with a friend, let you know the friend they are going out with, and let them have the friends' numbers. Maybe 2 or 3 friends, know their numbers so that you can know who to look for. God forbid bad thing. Our children will not be victims, and we will not be victims by God's grace. Amen. Thank you so much. God bless you. Till Monday, I love you all.